What is up, nerds? Welcome to a Scuff Saturday stream. Still no glasses, so you're gonna see how I look at things without my glasses. Not fully, because my screen resolution is set so it matches the stream that I usually do. But welcome, Daya, welcome. Today the plan is to brainstorm a bit around the PICO ASCII Jam, which you can access over here. The main idea of the jam is that as your visuals, you're only allowed to use the PICO-8 ASCII characters, like the table, I guess, and nothing else. That you can like some control code them. I'm not sure fully like what control codes are allowed and what are not. You can stretch them with a sprite sheet and using SSPR if you want, but nothing really else. Ooh, welcome. How you doing? Porchy, yeah, brain force. Coding. Is a typo? Shouldn't. No, that's stunning. There is no typo in there. PICO ASCII Jam, yeah, that is the name of the jam, yeah. I don't understand, but okay. The link works, that's fine. Oh, okay. The Daya just explained to me. Yeah, I see the URL is wrong. Yeah. I could not see it. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't noticed that. That's what happens to you when you're not wearing glasses. I try to zoom here, but no less. Yeah, it is not ASCII, it's just ASCII. Ah, I see. All the control codes. Did you actually ask for that? Because I know, Nerdy, you are on the Jam Discord. Welcome in, Nerdy. How you doing? Hope you have some ID anymore. Look how big this site is, and I still see the artifacts of being short-sighted with astigmatism. Like even this PICO text that you're seeing here is not clean to me, clean to my eyes. Also, black text with black background with white text. Never a good thing, but alas, the idea is neat. So we are checking out this gem. Without my glasses, I can't even read it. It's like this zoom that you see on your screen. Like this is a 27-inch monitor. And I'm like, what? 60 centimeters away from my face? I'm not saying it is clear, but I can read it. Like there is no level of zoom I can do, like, oh. Like even this is not fully clean. But yeah, something like this is still readable without like much squinting. So we have a few rules. No AI, this just happens to us every time we are doing something. Must only use the PICO-8 font as visual assess. This is the main thing. You cannot use primitive draw functions either, so you cannot do line draws, you cannot do rectangles, rect fills, circle fills, yada 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 yada. Fody, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. I can't wait for a 3D Godot game with PICO-8 ASCII shader. I'm interested if someone does it. The FAQ says that to the host it is not a creative solution. I think that's a really cool solution. But hey, to each of their own. I'm looking forward to a 3D game, or like if not like a ASCII shader, like doing one of those like not raster, like line by line rendering that a lot of PICO-8 games use with like the Forgot like the proper raycaster. Drawing a line is easy enough. Yeah. That's what that's like. I didn't want to, you know, like be that guy who is like, because I asked this because can I use lines, and they are like, nah. I don't want to be that guy that like I can just print 7 underlines and it is a line, but I think it's not fully like explained here. At first I thought they are looking for like the old school text console vibe of games, like, you know, how Rogue looks, how like classic text adventure games look, so like the grid based font to font look. But the main host already did 2 games in submissions, and neither of those follow that. So I'm like a bit on the edge with things. It's like they made like this bowling game, which looks neat. It's not what I think. So I'm like a bit confused on what they originally wanted this to be, with like restricting lines and rectangles, because like here they probably printed like 7 underscores next to each other. Like why can this not be a rectangle? Whatever. Not my jam, not my rules, as we would say. You should make a C64 emulator. I have no clue about how to make emulators, but that one day I might look into like there are like libraries for it, because it looks interesting. It has its own like restrictions and such. And someone already asked on one of my games if there will ever be a like a port for it. That's confusing, yeah, a bit, but alas, as I said, not my jam, not my rules. You can do that with background fill. Oh yes. Also, like I think at first they said like no control codes either, or like no, it was no outlines. So like there's a outline control code, and I'm like, but then I can just print the text, offset it into the 8 cardinal directions, and print the original text in the middle, and then you have an outline. And I think Nerdy highlighted that to them, and after that it was like, okay, let's allow control codes, but this is the control code line, which is, to my interpretation, you can use any control codes, because can I use the control codes for print in PICO-8? Few examples in, what is this? I forgot the name of this thing, whatever. In that. And they said yes. And to me this means you can use the control codes, because if they wanted to limit it, it would not be yes, it would be no, only blah blah blah. Whatever. Parentheses. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, here is. You cannot use the shape functions. They added this after I asked that. You know, they are part of the phone. Like, I can do background calls if you whatever. That's a bit beyond the point. We have 3 teams: Apocalypse, Rogue, and Stone. I mean, Rogue is like South. What is it? It's like bleh. Words. I cannot speak today. It like comes with the team basically, or like the whole overarching just use ASCII codes. Do they said that I have to use a team? I haven't checked that, so let's look again. Must at least try to implement the team. Obvious, yeah, that is the word I was trying to search for. Stone is fun because you can make a platformer where you turn into a rock and can do anything. A stone simulator, and you can press buttons but nothing happens. Follow each TOS. And must have a web build, so you can use non-PICO-8 engines if you want. You can use any engine. The only criteria is all your visuals have to be the PICO-8 font. They provide you the font here in this forum post if you don't know where to get it. Stonagochi. But yeah, you have to have a web build, so that kind of limits. Not kind of limits, because I feel like every language should have a web build option somewhere at this point. But yeah, you must have a web build. Nothing really else, right? Team, yes. No, I'm a solo dev. Do I have to use? No, they particularly said that it is not a PICO-8 only. You can color the fonts. Not safe over gore, blah blah blah. Can I call my characters to create sprite? Yes. This is also like whatever. Control codes. Can I use SPR? This is what I can I use SSPR stretching on the characters in PICO-8? No. Wait, what? Now, hold on. Doesn't his own game stretch the... Hold on. Okay. Anything zombies would cover apocalypse? Yeah. You also make a game mode GPU prices. Like, this is surely... Oh, that's height control code. Oh. Oh, it doesn't, it is not step by, okay. Like, I only saw this one. I didn't realize there is like no like transition between the two forms. Okay, I understand. Oh. Control codes. Is it just underscore? You mean the sidelines? Where is it? These lines, you mean? Like on the side of the field? Because if so, I think those are just the... There is like a PICO-8 character for a triple dash. There is a character for this. This one. I think it is just this printed twice or 3 times printed next to each other. This triple whatever. Not sure what is the original or like the original name of it. I use it for wheat fields and like things like that, or smoke in my games. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that is this, or at least that's how I would use it. You could do probably the triple underscore as well, I guess. This line is offsetted by a bit. Yeah, but you can do the 4 cycle, you know, and in each 4 cycle just offset it by 2 pixels the print. So like the first prints that I act, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah 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 blah. And then you just print this 3 times. Because this is an ASCII character, this is like a font. So like how you would do AAA, you do this 3 times. But yeah, let me show you what I have. You have the certified Draw.io brainstorming board. I need to zoom in on a bit so I can actually see. I just scribbled this up. It would look like stars, not perfect diagonal. I guess it is then triple underscore, yeah. If every, I haven't looked if every line. Is it like a perfect diagonal? Yeah, it's probably triple scores then, yeah, triple underscores. And that's how I would do it. Yeah, carry on. I mean, no, that's like an interesting question in like a jam like this. Oh yeah, the top font is. I'm not sure how they did that. Maybe it's like just black background characters, or they just stopped printing. I don't know. It's weird. Because I was like, maybe you can preset it, but by their rules you cannot preset a simple pixel. Every preset should be mimicking a font. Don't know why. They really want you to use font for graphics. Because I don't think this is like. Also, somewhere they said this. Yeah, here preset is okay as long as it is to recreate a glyph from the font. So they really want you to use the font as well. It's just a bit weird because, well, this is like, would be so much easier with actual primitive functions. Just use 1 pixel font size and okay, that's not. Now, they probably mean that you don't construct custom looking objects with pixels, pixel by pixel. So for example, what I think they mean is I have all my mockups here. Can I zoom on this? I can. So you see this tree here? Or like this triple dot? This was one of my mockups. I will talk about this a bit. I was thinking about a single screen, he's coming, like, not roguelike, because everything is like a roguelike nowadays, but like a auto battler. And I wanted to put together how a map would look like. And this little dot is not like an existing PICO-8 ASCII character. I wanted something that resembles rocks, and the tree either. This tree is the pipe symbol, you know, the vertical line. The small PICO-8 circle, which is not full. It is not full in the middle, the full PICO-8 circle if you print it. It is just these four. I have piece at the middle, but technically this is not allowed, I think. Because technically I could just put the .ASCII character printed in the middle, into the middle of the circle, but... And that is part of the... Whatever. I think that's what they mean by it, okay? The goal of the code had to be submitted with the game so we can double check the rules and all the neat tricks. Yeah, I think that's what they want. I did a few games like this and like tutorial cards where I'm not using any sprites. I'm just using control codes, so you can just copy C, copy V the whole code and paste it anywhere. I thought it was a plus, and that would be smart. I over-engineered it a bit. It happens here. I'm currently working on a project, but this makes me want to make something else. I mean, the idea is cool. I think it is a really cool idea, and it is a 2-week jam, right? And the 15th, that's when I'm getting my glasses, so... In theory. So yeah, it's a 2-week jam, basically. So you can do a small little project, which is what I want to do. And on my birthday, ooh. So you have a lot of games to play as a birthday present. So, Lexitex, he is coming. Like, if you guys don't know, he is coming. He is coming. Oh, please Google, be merciful, I swear to God. Thank you. Ooh, ooh. It is like a cool waddle around, find chest, fight monsters, bosses come at the end of X cycles. It is an outlaw battler with loot that can trigger from stuff to stuff. And it's a really cool game. It's the wrong spelling. Who knows nowadays? Really play games? No. Perks. Cool and replayable. So the problems with this one, is requires a map gen, which I have here. A map gen. The dev without glasses? Yeah, that's the my. It's like how, you know, Goku has his weights. I just took off my glasses. Still the glasses from the nerdy. They're big enough to share. Oh, please, send it over here. It requires map gen, which I have. I yeeted this from another game project of mine. It is the Hovercrawl game. I wrote about it a bit. It is just a maze generation which has rooms placed inside. Nothing fancy. One problem with it, too busy. The visuals just don't really look cool. I could go the old school rogue route, but even then it would requires pathfinding. I'm just gonna write A star, fog of war, enemy AI, many items, most importantly, a trigger system. By trigger system, what I mean is, you know how certain items in games like this trigger when the battle starts, some trigger when you take damage, some trigger when you're dealt damage. And that is a whole thingamajig. Here, use this. Like the idea is there. The problem, because I have A star, I have fog of war, all this is basically implemented in the game that I yeeted the all go from for the generation of the map. So I could just copy C, copy V. One, I don't like to do that. Like just 80% of the game copy C, copy V from another one. Two, that is a lot of coding. I mean, without glasses, I'm like not that into a lot of coding. Like I don't mind coding, but I will have to work from Monday, and after 8 hours of trying to somehow figure out how I'm gonna see the monitor, I probably don't want to spend another 6 on trying to figure out the trigger system, which I don't have yet. I think Loki has one figured out somewhere, because I think we talked about it. So yeah, idea 2. I can scroll up. Idea 2, heading lorem ipsum, is, I don't know like how you guys know these games by name. I just always refer to them as the code game. Basically have X tips to figure out what the code is. Basically Wordle. I mean all of us here should be like old enough to remember the old code games from like older PCs, but to anyone in the newer generation who's watching it on YouTube, imagine a mastermind, yeah. Imagine Wordle with icons or numbers. Mastermind. What I have here, and works easy to do. I have done it already. That is why you can see this is a working prototype. I have a code that works, unless like it doesn't check for completion, like you don't have a full gameplay loop, but everything you see here is a working prototype. It can check against if the actual icon is right, if the color is right, it is in there, blah 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 blah. I can't recall the Hungarian name either. That's my biggest problem. Yeah, did you have, there's like one which was like a big plastic one, and you had to rotate stuff around. That was also like one of these code solving thingamajigs. So yeah, perks, it is done already. That is the perks of this one. It is easy, it is done already, nothing really have to be done other than like polishing it up. I read the rules today, and problem doesn't eat a team. It doesn't, like, how is this gonna be something? I don't know. I have absolutely no clue. So, and I realized that I made another mockup, because there is not that much to talk about here. I guess they should be... whatever, they can stay in here. I think I had a white one even. This was my latest mock-up yesterday night. And this is basically another dungeon crawler, which I have like way too many already. 5-fold, I don't think I know. 5-fold game. Oh no, what is this? Okay, I don't have the vision for this, but I will keep it in mind. Drop it into games if you are not scared of that, and we will check it out later because we have a lot of like daily games like this on the Discord rolling. Some number puzzle could be good fit for the ASCII Jam. The problem with it is it doesn't fit any of the themes that they provide you. Apocalypse, Rogue, Stone. This is my problem. Because technically they ask you to at least try to implement the theme. They are not optional, because there are a lot of gems which have optional themes. A lot of people don't like those. I'm on the fence with them. I usually just deduct a code point or two from one of the scores. I think design, when they do not follow one of the themes. The roguelike code game. But yeah, that is my problem with this one, with the code game. So then I mocked up this one, and what I realize now is dungeon crawl thingy, cannot type thingy. Loop. So perks, yet again a replayable thing. Replayable thingy, which I like games that you can replay. I personally. Problems. I still need, if not an A-star, some kind of pathfinding, which I can do with, there's like the distance-based float fail thing that you can do on your board. It's like the, not Dishtra, one of them is basically that. But like you can assign every walkable tile distance from the player, and your enemy just only has to check if the neighboring tiles around it have a lower, like a shorter path to the player, basically. Like the number is lower there. The other problem is, in these games I usually do, how can I show this to you guys? I usually do a solution where I have a sprite sheet with pre-made green templates for the map. I can show you, I think this is that. Yeah, there we go. This is from Crumbling Crypt, and in Crumbling Crypt I generate the map by picking a template from each corner. This is the top right corner, and each corner has like a few variations to it, and then runtime I just check the colors for this map template and build the stage from there. It's like the quote-unquote lazy man solution to having controlled variety, I guess. Like you don't have to come up with a very intricate room generation code, you can just draw rooms and paste them together. Boom. I think the problem with this one is gonna be that one of the rules says that you can use the sprite sheet for font, and this is not a font. Usual map gen not valid, because I think here where is it? I think it is set somewhere. Also, I dislike this. I don't want to join just a Discord channel. That's why I was like, I have enough Discord channels already. Is it like on the Nerdy Lounge where this was discussed? Somewhere I remember seeing it. This discussed that. No, this is the outline talk because I'm not part of the Discord. I just have too many Discord channels to join a new one. We talk about the ASCII focus. I remember the song. Might be. I might just shout out. Oh no, it was a quote, it was not an image. I think Nerdy quoted this. Yes, you may use the SPR and with your sprite sheet having the font and must be exactly the font characters. You're not using the sprite sheet, you're using ROM to store level data. Something along the line is what I was thinking. Like, you can just create another card. Create new card. Export template into binary. Build map. Map from there. Done. Easy solution. Row set spreadsheet is allowed and even a map, so why not use for level data? Oh, it is. But I'm not storing fonts on the spreadsheet, which is what they were talking about. That is my problem with that. I might just shut out a... You know what? Community... You can only use SPR. Yeah. It's like that. From that, I infer that you cannot. New topic. You sprite and map data. Can I use none with non-font data? Can I use my sprite sheet and map to store data that is not in the form of the fonts? Okay, store an image. I generate maps from draw a map from which I'm drawing by fonts etc. In short, use a non-font representation for the data behind the scenes, but in the end only use fonts for visuals. Anything goes behind the scenes and just need to resemble ASCII art in a display. As they did, they said you can use SPR. That's great. I mean, oh, then that is solved. We can use this. Oop. We can use this. Which would get a big overhead off from the map generation, because I will just draw 8x8 rows on the sprite sheet and that is what is gonna appear on the scene. I need to move this a bit somewhere else. Because at the moment this is my one idea that I have, what I think is one of the most likely to happen. Reach. I need to zoom in because I cannot see fuck all. Goal is to reach floor 10 IDK. So it is not gonna be an endless. That made it. Not endless. Oh yeah, this is formatted view. That's why I don't use it most of the time. I don't care. Very simple combat, similar to micro likes, but I don't want to fully copy it. Very simple equipment system. What I mean by this is sword, shield, chest only. Like no, I don't know, helmets, boots, rings, what the fuck ever your heart might desire. Just, I might not even have a shield. I will think about that. Can I? Oh, this text box behaves differently than this one? Huh. Because I'm pretty sure this one will cut off the content that is over. Yeah, you see? But this doesn't care. Like, this is the original text box size. Oh. Yeah. How do I move you around? There. So the idea behind this game is something familiar and something not too complicated. Because on this side I will just have like a few data points. I haven't mocked up everything up for this because I did this yesterday night. Like have a little armor line, then just showcase your equipment and maybe your current enemy and the damage log. I don't know. It's like very simple, something I have done already a couple of times, so it's like home turf. I don't have to figure out anything really new. I'm not gonna like look at the screen for hours debugging something, probably, hopefully, you know. It will go wrong because it usually always goes wrong, but bleh. One more idea, and then y'all can yell at me. Bloop. So now I can put stuff on this. Yeah, I can. Wrong. No team. And I guess this is also rogue. One other thing that I have no mockups for, because I just literally scribbled this down. Oh, I have a mockup. I lied, but it is pen and paper mockup that I sent to Nerdy. We talked a bit about it. Pop. Copy image. Bloop. Resize it. Bloop. Oh, that's still too big. What do you mean resize? So, the other idea, I think you guys can see this, right? It should be still clear. Is say hello to my ugly handwriting. Is to have a typing game where the enemy is showcased in the middle with, like, I don't know, some kind of dungeon-like graphics, and then all your character moves like hovering on the side, and to actually use them you would have to type out the name of the move. So if I would want to hit this skeleton, I would have to type hit and press enter on my keyboard. If I want to guard, I would have to type out guard and press enter. Main problem with this one is PICO-8 by default, don't type by default, doesn't support keyboard. You can enable dev mode, I know that. I just don't like dev mode games because you cannot play them from the spore on a handheld. That is my main problem with this. That is why I don't feature many of those games on YouTube either. Because I want you to mostly be always able to load just floor up, search for the game, and just play it from whatever device you're using. Maybe when we have the eventual Android version, I don't know. He's upset, he's working on it. Course up incoming. I believe it when I see it. So the game would be like not real time. How do you say this? I guess real time game? I don't know. It's like not turn based basically. So the enemy would have a cooldown for its action, and when the cooldown is done, it will activate the action and choose a new one. I like this idea because it doubles down on the ASCII theme by the fact that you're actually typing out stuff, the font that you are using. I think is cool, if you ask me. Problem is, if I want to use it in PICO-8, I would break one of my quote-unquote rules for PICO-8 development. I could do this in Love2D, because we have done some Love2D programming, and it should be probably easy to do this. So let me grab this. Typing. Combat. Yet again, some kind of dungeon crawler. Dungeon crawl thing. I don't know, doesn't really matter. Type. I can't type out the name of the move to use it. This is a problem on PICO-8. Yeah, I know that won't exist. That won't exist. Enemies work on a timer and execute actions. What did I type? Actions. New equipment would add new ability names you would have to type. Pop. Could be done in PICO-8 with dev mode. Or in Love2D. I haven't decided on this game yet. This is somewhat the most problematic thing in the game. Like figuring out if it is actually gonna be a PICO-8 or a Love2D game. I wanted something else which I forgot. Or this is what I wanted. Or alternatively, do it in PICO-8 and not the name of the attack, but some kind of directional combo input. The Suica font. So the other idea that we could do this is basically make it like a DDR game, not fully, but very Suica. Jesus Christ, was it so long ago? It was, holy guacamole. So in Suica Hunt, every fruit had a different directional combination attached to it, and you'd have to type that. And this is the idea of this twist, so it can be done in PICO-8. I don't know, singing a sword would be left, left, up, I don't know. Guarding would be down, down, down. Which circumvents the problem of me having to enable dev mode or whatever it is called. I think dev mode, right? That is what supports mouse and keyboard. Not dev mode, dev kit mode? Something like that. Never use it. Ah, that's a lie. I used it in one game. The White Gunman remake. But yeah, this is the idea. was commenting that, and I like the idea of this game because this is something I haven't done before. Oh, there's like no gifts for this game. But I mean, yeah, so in the gunman, white gunman game, I enabled cursor. But yeah. This is something that needs to be decided, because after that, I think the game itself is easy. Like the idea is because after this is decided, just randomly roll a room in front of the player, make it to room 20, I don't know, boss win. One thing I like in games like this is like to provide options for the player. Optionally show 2 rooms and let the player choose between them. Like, I don't know, one of the rooms has 2 small enemies and one of the rooms has 1 big enemy, and you can decide which one of them you want to face. Or one of the rooms is treasure, which you really want to have because those give cool weapons and I don't know, damage upgrades. But the other room is a rest point where you can restore some HP. So now you have to decide, do you take the better weapon and go further without HP, or take the HP? Things like that. I need to move all this a bit further away. And I guess this is also rogue. Technically, we could form it to like some kind of mecha game, like by law, to say that you are piloting your mecha and you have to basically control it from a console, and the outside world is in an apocalypse and zombies and I don't know. But that feels like a bit of a stretch. Mech control. Post-apo bullshit. So yeah, this is what I have, and that is an unfortunate look there. Let me move a few things. There is gonna be a lot of zooming in and out today, I'm sorry. I just kinda need to do it. Can I move it to here? Thank you. Honestly, no. I still want this to be done here. I just don't want this double. Oh shit, yeah. I have no more ideas. And I was crying about this to Nerdy all day. Like, not to Nerdy, but to like the Nerd channel, the lounge. I guess this is a bit... whatever. So this is where I stand. And did I have any other game ideas? Not really. Like a platformer would be cool, because I never made a platformer game, but then I have to dig up my old platformer code, which is not that bad, but am I just copying my whole platformer engine? Why am I making a game jam then? No. Like, that is the thing that I still haven't figured out myself. On like, how much do I allow myself to copy from older projects to game jams? Because, you know, most of the time libraries are allowed, And like tools like Unity give you movement and collision with like one click. It's like, why am I torturing myself, rewriting almost everything from the ground? But on the flip side, why am I going to game jams if I'm just copying my code over and over and over again? Because I do have a few, like, not libraries, but code snippets that I use. Like, Worksy interpolation code is basically in almost every code of mine from like the past 2 years. It's just handy to have. Things like that. And a particle addition is everywhere, and it's almost always the same code or just rewritten. So like if I have a platformer game, am I allowing myself to just copy over the whole platforming code? Which is like the main quote-unquote driving problem behind making a platformer game for a game jam. Like yeah, level design is cool, but you're skipping the whole quote-unquote fun part of programming things. And I need to grab some water, so bear me. I lied to you all. It included a piece breaker, so not just water grabbing. Oh yeah. So I'm leaning forward, more forward to the, or into, I don't know. I don't know which is the proper phrase from the top of my head now. I made me question myself. I'm leaning more forward the typing game just because, I mean, it's not something I haven't done because technically the Suika Hand game is a typing game. But more so because I'm not doing another go down to dungeon this game, which would be also fun. But I think this could be also fun in a different way. And I don't think that many other entries would be similar to this. That's also one point to this, because I feel like we're gonna have a lot of rogue-inspired ASCII crawler games. And I don't think we're gonna have one that is here. Oh. If I press space, also say hello to the cat in the corner. I'm just trying to test it. If I just press space on this side, it doesn't tap the keyboard. It should, in theory, should, because it should be listening to every button press. Oh, it doesn't care about the modifiers. Oh. That's not how I wrote you, I think. Did I? I have to look back at the code. But yeah, it's just a stupid little Pygame project that listens to key presses and just whacks away at the keyboard, and I think that is funny. So I'm testing it out if I actually like it on the stream. Ad break. Ad break soon. It's time to install uBlock Origin. It's time to install Taper Monkey, or whatever your configuration is to avoid ads, because fuck ads. Or optionally use your Prime. I don't know, Bezos bugs. Fuck Bezos. I like it, heck cat, yeah. Look, it's the actual image. Ooh, from there. Doesn't type that fast, but yeah. Might integrate it in the future because I want to have a chatbot that does stuff like more funky stuff than extreme elements and such. And I could just integrate it into this cat that whacks away at the keyboard. I think that is funny. I'm also looking into some way to make TTS happen with the cat, but haven't found a good solution to that yet. So yeah, typing robot game. One thing I was scared about is actually drawing like skeletons on the screen, because I forgot that you can do formatted strings in PICO-8. Like, hold on. Nerdy, I'm stealing your... No, I guess I don't need to steal it. Do I have PICO-8 open? No. But basically you can pre-format strings and have them inside the double square brackets. And then the print is gonna respect the formatting of the original string. Which is very handy in situations like this, because I don't have to by hand figure out how to place the different like symbols next to each other, like print x plus 2 y minus 3. You can just build the ASCII skeleton and print that, for which there is endless ASCII art on the internet. But I haven't. Oh yeah, let me write that here as well. double square bracket strings keep their formatting. See how it respects some but not all sides. This text box. I don't mind it, it's just interesting. This makes the art for the game kinda easy. We have instead of all the fiddling around problem, I have to figure out a code that checks two strings to each other, which is not hard. You can just do S equals S. Is that a double? Are you an equation symbol? You are. This is what I was coding yesterday, and I was like yelling to Dia about what the fuck is happening. I'm typing equation symbol, and she's showing me the simple dash. You know, it was. I thought it is showing me this dash, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm clearly typing the button that should do this. I was typing it. I was just too blind to say it, and I thought it is a simple line. Blind problems. How does it work with multiple enemies? Do you do attack 1 basically to like attack the enemy who is to the most left? Attack 2. Attack 3. That's pretty bad. even from it's somewhat. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It's weird because a lot of things are duplicated for me due to like my eyesight. Sometimes is this a single line that I'm saying a double of, or it is a double line? Or is it a single line because the two lines match into each other? But at least I'm getting new glasses. I went to my optometrist or whatever you have to call them. I forgot the English term. And we had a full-on examination, so I'm getting new lenses as well. I have to sanitize input in some way. Probably just ignore non-number space and attack first while keep a lost target. So if you just type attack and there are two enemies on the screen, who would you attack? For example, that is a problem. Or do you type attack A? What should the game do? And my like immediate gut reaction would be just if you type simple attack, it should attack the first enemy. But then the quality of life thing here is that if you attack the second enemy on your last action, then you probably want to attack it again if you just type attack instead of like attack index. So that is like a nice quality of life. So you can just do attack 2 and then attack, guard, and then you're attacking and guarding against the second enemy. That said, how the fuck does guarding against 2 work? I don't know. We'll have to see about that. Does guarding against enemies work? Erika. Like, this is usually where I whip up my notebook, like how you see it, and I like write stuff out. Oh yeah, let me guys show you. I think that's cool. My notes for... I have my notes somewhere for Nightfall. I think that looks really neat. That's why I like to have like game dev notebooks. Like type out stuff there. Is it not here? Where is it? Thought I had an image of it. Oh, there is it. Bloop. That's the Discord link. Bloop. Precise. There you go, look at this shit. Doesn't that look cool? Tell me that doesn't look cool. It's like the old notes, trying to figure out stuff, crossing out stuff, leaving notes, refinements, check marks, everything. Just cool. Have a game dev notebook. Bring it with yourself. Note down your ideas on the fly that you have, because you will forget about them. Like, get into the shower and figure out the whole game with its mechanics and everything. And you don't write it down because, oh, I'm gonna remember it tomorrow. You're gonna not remember it tomorrow. A good notebook? Yeah, same. Other problem is that how do transitions work? Yeah. What kind of transitions? Blah blah blah. The other problem with this game, and why I would love to have the code cracking one, is because I like the idea of daily games, and I think it's just more pain to do like a daily mode in everything else. Because like, what am I exporting, what I'm looking for, am I generating stuff? Because yeah, I can just set the random seed and done. What comes after? Like, what are you exporting? Why are you... let me just... Where are you up there? Come on. There you go. Something like that. Edge this to... Yeah, boom. Like this. For Apocalypse, I haven't thought about anything. I just ignore that idea, because there are like games I would love to do that are like in the apocalypse or post-apocalypse. I think on stream a lot. I talk about in like game dev discords a lot. At some point I would love to do like a survival game akin to like Cataclysm, Neo Scavenger, where you're just running around the map, exploring points, grabbing stuff, crafting stuff. I think it's really cool. I like those games. But for here I haven't done anything about Apocalypse. For Stone, I have no mockups, because I just didn't really enjoy this idea, but I'm gonna type it out. Line by line, going down mining game. So the screen would be line by line layers. Yeah. Game is you as a minor with stamina or something. Map is generated line by line, contains stone. You have to mine way and progress as far as deep, I guess, as you can. Boards generate, enemies generate, empty places, things like that. Would be some kind of turn-based game, I guess. Kind of turn-based game, so you move, do your action, do action, bird does action. Is it an interesting idea? Maybe. Is it an interesting idea now? I'm not fully sure. I like the idea, but not confident in anything. So this would be the last idea that I have, and then I don't have any more, because I might do a mock-up for this just to make sure, but I don't like the idea of it. It might just grow on me when I do a mock-up. I don't have a mock-up for neither this nor this typing game, except, you know, the actual drawing in the notebook, but that is not a mock-up. I like to do at least a sprite or some kind of in-game mock-up for my projects. That is why you can see like actual stuff. Like this code game is done. I need a game loop that says, hey, it is green everywhere, good job, you win, back to menu, play a new game. But otherwise this is done. It can control, it can play everything. This is just a map, basically, a hand-drawn map and printed hearts. So this is not a full mock-up, but it is a bit done by code. And this is a code mock-up, like this is generated and could generate a new map every time. I can't believe I missed having plus signs on the top of the trees instead of doing the stupid little circle piece set in the middle. Huh. The more you know. Like, also my problem with this one is if we are going into this ASCII or roguelike vibe of game development, then doing custom looking stuff feels a bit weird, I guess. Like, then I would have to, like, I would like actual rogue looking things, like how, what is, like this. Can I look at that picture? Open image in Newton, thank you. Like this. So like having custom stuff feels a bit off, I don't know. I haven't landed on that yet because this is gonna have custom stuff. The other button is what I need. The typing combat game for sure, because I will need to draw like pillars and skeletons and such. But they still would look alike, so I don't know. I don't know yet. Because my like intuition and heart at the moment really wants to do this project. But then I would probably have to go left today because of this attack problem that I talked about. because you cannot type 1 on a PICO-8 keyboard, but like with ASCII characters, you know. Like this could be left, up, down, or like, I don't know, triple forward, just for the sake of it being simple to remember. If my attack is triple forward, how do I tell the game who am I attacking if I want multiple enemies on the screen? Which I might want to, because then the player has to like figure out who am I attacking first, have target priority and things like that, which I think is cool and gives the player more agency in a game. But how do you do that with just ASCII? Because I would love to do this in PICO-8, because the main motivation behind this jam and me trying to do something for this jam is to get over my big PICO-8 block. I haven't done a game in a long while in PICO-8. I was having a hard time with it, developer wise. And I would love to get over that block. So that's why I would love to do this in PICO-8, but then how do I do this thing? How do I, if I go P8 and directions, how do I handle enemy targeting? No numbers. So do enemies have boards? Skeleton up. Well, I don't know, not skeleton, but like left enemy is left, middle is up, right is right. So input would be, I don't have the ASCII. PICO ASCII, not Pixway. PICO ASCII. Where are the arrows? I cannot see jack shit. Okay. Be left for attack and left for right, maybe. Predetermined X ones for these spots. Because per enemy wise, or like, I cannot just do it is up for a skeleton, because what if I want to have 2 skeletons against the player? Then if you type up, who do you attack? The game cannot really know it. But with this one, I mean, even with this attack 1, attack 3, I have to somehow teach the player this input, which is gonna be the biggest hurdle. I have to make like a tutorial system so the player can learn how to play the game, because if I just do a written tutorial, nobody reads that. Like, I play PICO-8 games on the floor. I don't read the instruction. I just jump into the game, and if it doesn't work, I go, what is this stupid game? Because learning the manual is stupid. We all know that. Gamers don't read. If you don't read, then don't look up. That's like the 2 main gamer things. That is why in Witch It you can hide on the top of the trees without transforming, and nobody will look at you and notice you. Shout out to Witch It, a really cool game. Like a cool hide and seek with witches and witch hunters with abilities and such. I need to check out what is happening with Witch It. But with my eyes I cannot at the moment, because you have to like see if someone moves. If they're like one of the apples in the branch moves. You have to shoot down that witch. The other thing with this typing combat game, I need a good title. I have no idea. Needs a good title. That is important. Boom. Because for this little like dungeon crawler, I have a skip, because keep, you know, it's like the castles and such. But ASCII because it is ASCII Jam, whatever. It's a stupid name, but I like it. I like the idea behind that name, but I have no idea for this one. Is the problem? I know it's like you could figure that out when the game is done. No, I want to know it before. Any other ideas? Let me think of it. Because I'm not doing a platformer, that's just too much pain. Although Nerdy, you could probably do like a cool ASCII platformer with your platformer core, the tutorial core. Maybe like a neat look. Stone. The stupid Stonagochi is still stuck in my brain. I'm just gonna type it up. This is such a stupid idea. Stonagochi, I think that's how someone spelled it. Oh no, I need this one. This one. But this is just such a stupid meme idea. What? Tamagotchi. Rock Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi. I cannot type. You do nothing. The stone does nothing. Profit? It's just such a meme idea. Stone. Stone. I guess I should move that down then, right? So I'm like at least somewhat consistent with where the themes are. We could probably try to do this line by line. Like do just a very quick, like some kind of map generation, like almost totally random with some weights, or I don't know, just so I have like at least this level of mockup for it to see if I like the idea. I don't have PICO-8 like this. I need to check out the tool that Raven sent me. I can add it properly to my Linux. I don't have to always find the executable. Parapapam. Also, one perk of PICO-8. I don't have a PICO-8. What? Surely I have some kind of PICO-8 already. Not existing. Pico. That's a small PICO-8. Okay, hold on. What is... It's just called game. Lovely. Opa. Why is it not showing up? Oh, because the browser is above it. There you go. So, just for... So why don't I just try to do a line? And like add a few things, so... This would be like some kind of gold. This would be an enemy. 0 can stay as 0. What else do we want? What else would you need? So I can have a few other ores. Why am I mining ores? What is the meaning of having ores? Gathering money, probably, to have some kind of shop. So let's say... Where is this? 3. Let's do it a little bit lower. I guess no. Let's just map gen it by code. Function. This is the other perk. I think I started about this of using PICO-8. I can almost clearly see this. The amount of zoom I need in VS Code to see the code is stupid. And PICO-8 is just giant by default. Which is why usually I don't use PICO-8, because it's just absolutely massive. So let me move this like here. And then it actually looks like what we are like trying to code. And I probably need my init as well. Do for J. Everything do. MSet and J R&D. So we usually want stone, a little bit of nothing, and a little bit of the 2 ores, right? With 3 then, I guess. And then we want to CLS this. I'm not showing the map. I guess I'm doing something like this. So let me... Oop. And this would be some kind of print. Local tile equals embed KJ. This I don't need. Local font mapping equals, and now we have to figure out what fonts we want. I assume the rock is gonna be just the rectangle. This one. So how do I do oars though? I guess I can try to do, what is the background? Control code. Is it the hash mark? Not text color. Is it under text color? Background, hash mark. Okay. So what I could do is hash mark. No, I need the slash hash mark S6. And I need the, for example, the dot button. Oh, I forgot the enemy. That's what I forgot. There is a 4 actually. So the enemy is gonna be the little face. Where is the little face icon? iHeart, Yelpy. I guess it could be Yelpy. The cat face. Up. And I need all of these again. There. If tile greater than 0. Print font mapping tile I times 8 J times 8. I need colors tile. Up. It is 6, 9. Enemy is red, so it is 8, and you're like 7. I need 5 here. 6 is too bright. I guess I'm also doing 5 for this, just so it is a full tile. Like, this is why I'm like... by the way, the Jam host approved my mockup, so no problem with outlines and text background color. Yay! That's neat. This is how the game would look. I don't like this, I'm not gonna lie. Would this be better? Would this be better? I just use this everywhere. Oh, what? Oh, there's a slash here. Yeah, this is definitely better. Also, I need the player. So my mockup is mostly full print. Who is the man? I always forgot the control codes. That is how. Oh, there it is. It is J. What is it? 60. That's 60. Let's do 24. And I start at 4, so 32. That's 34 as well. Is there something to explore here? Serialized outlines can be used to connect characters across the space gap, so that can become lines. Oh yeah, but it will be just thick, right? It will be like a free thick line. You can always just print them offset with their length. It's not I times 8 is just what, 6, something like that. I don't know from the top of my head how long pixel wise an underscore is. I'm gonna save this because save mine. Okay. Wait, what? Already exist? So I do believe there might be something in here. I probably need to like limit the screen way more, to be honest. Because this is just too much, it is overwhelming a bit. I think if we do like a 5 is little, but I think if we do like a 6. Oh yeah, I don't want to hit on the Y, you can go down. Cursor, you're in the way. So my UI is on the left, and the game is on the right. I do believe something is here. I always want to add tab because I'm used to doing VS Code stuff, but there's no. Oh, what? Pressing wrong button. I enabled something in PICO-8, so we will see what that was. Problems of using an unconventional keyboard. Print depth. How did You would have to be like on the far right side, like 96, I guess. Oh no, I can put you to like before 16, 7. Yet again, I'm altering. No, which is the hard? Shift H. Can I do? I don't remember how it goes. Can I do slash? I think I can do slash F1 here, right? And then it will change the color midway, right? We can do this somehow. Yeah. This is how I do it. Okay. This is not 7 but 8. And you are 2, not 1. I might warm up to this idea. I don't know yet. I have to see I put off the wrong thing. The mock-up for the other game first. But honestly, I don't hate it as much as I thought I would. Let's see what I do. Honestly, Stonogochi I might just do for the lols. It's just such a meme answer that it's just great. I'm surprised now that I somewhat enjoy the idea of this, but I have to like want to move all this a bit over. Can have this over here. I'm now very surprised by this. Oh, that is a bit loud, I feel like, on your end. It might be a bit too loud. Lo-fi girl, where is your sound balance? For the love of God. And honestly, I might just end here because I need to rest my eyes a bit. Even though I'm not squinting that much, it is still a bit hard on my eyes to read the text. It's gonna be a quick Vickers theme, but it is what it is. I think this is at least great progress because instead of having 5 ideas, I have 2, which is progress in my mind. Because I don't think these will do anything. They are nice to write up and everything. I think they are ideas to be left behind. The typing combat in this line-by-line mining game might be interesting to have. Probably not both. I don't feel like I will have the energy and the capacity to it. Without glasses. But of one of them, surely. And maybe as a follow-up, the other one. That could be also like a great option. Do a little quick follow-up game. But yeah, that is where we will end today. Let me check. Where we might not jump over anywhere. I might just do the usual thank you for being here. If you are watching this on YouTube, the usual tools down at your disposal. The doobly-doos, the comments, the likes, the whatevers. And to everyone here, I thank you all for jumping in, throwing a few ideas, discussing stuff. And we will see each other on Tuesday, right? The text is wrong on the stream, don't listen to that. We moved the streams to Tuesdays, Thursdays. I need to update that thing. But otherwise, thank you all for being here. And see you next time. Bye-bye.